Hey everyone, welcome to this week's video. So this week I'm going to do something a little bit different. So over the past few months, maybe even the year, I always get common questions, whether they're photography related, business related, or just personal related. People want to know certain things because they've been following me for a while. So I've told my team to gather all those questions over the past few months, especially that I get on my Instagram, Facebook, and even through my weekly emails that I send everyone, to put them into one video. So today's video is going to be a Q&A with me and you. So I'm going to answer the common questions that I get every single day. So I've been doing photography for now 8 years as a professional newborn photographer. Before that, it didn't start off as a newborn photographer. I slowly started to develop my interest in newborn photography. So back at uni, I actually studied film and cinema. I didn't study photography at all. So I went into uni and I did media and communication first, and then I transferred and I got into film and cinema, and I learnt that. So through film and cinema, you learn obviously how to use professional equipment like film cameras. So we still weren't going into the digital age at the time, so we're still using film and we were learning film. But anyway, in film school, that's what you learn before you start to learn digital anyway. So that's what I studied. I studied film and cinema, and through that we learnt skills like obviously how to use camera equipment, lighting, Photoshop, Final Cut Pro for editing, visual effects, so all that sort of stuff. So that's what I studied. But photography came after I had my kids, and then I figured that I couldn't work in the industry like I was, because I went on to direct music videos and work on film productions, TV sets and things like that. Yes, I have a team, and all my team is virtual because I work from home. My home studio is a converted garage, 2-car garage. So my team work virtually. Some are overseas and some are here in Australia. So I have a team of 3. I have an editor now, and which I hired about a few months ago. I have May, who's my studio admin and client service assistant, and I have Jesse, so he looks after the Photographer Society, which is my blog to help photographers learn, and my Newborn and Photography Business School, which is my online membership program that you can come and learn from me, and we open that every few months as well. So I have 2 boys. I have a 11-year-old now and a 6-year-old, and yes, they keep me on my feet, and it feels like I have 20 kids. I am Lebanese, so I'm Australian, so I'm from Australia. My parents migrated here when I was like a few months old, so technically I'm not born here. I was born back in Lebanon, but I came here when I was very young, like a baby, not even a year old, with my parents, and that was back in, I think, 1985. So I got started as a newborn photographer, as I mentioned, because I was traveling a lot, working on different productions. The last few years before I stopped doing that, I was directing music videos, and then that requires a lot of traveling. Work hours always different. As a director or a producer, I have to be there when things are getting edited and things like that. So that relied on me being away from home a lot, and my kids were still young, and I was planning to have baby number 2. So that's why I decided to just slow down on that. And when I had my kids and my youngest was almost 1 year old, I was following a local photographer, and I really was inspired in what she was doing, and we started chatting, and she told me that she works from home, and that sort of started from there. And then, like anyone starting newborn photography or photography in general, I started doing, you know, bits and pieces for, you know, friends and family, and then it slowly grew into business, and I decided that this is something that I would like to pursue and make as a business, and maybe, you know, grow it, you know, to where I am now one day. Yes, I have siblings. I'm not the only child. I am the oldest, so I have a younger sister and a younger brother. No, you don't need a professional camera, and I think that's where most photographers, you know, get stuck, especially starting out, because they see other people way advanced ahead of them, and they see that they've got all the latest equipment, things like that. You don't need a professional camera. You do need a good camera. Obviously, you can't use your smartphone, and you can't use those, you know, small cameras that you take with you on holidays. You do need a professional DSLR, I would say, but it doesn't have to be the latest, as long as it gives you professional photos. And the most important thing I would say is invest, instead of investing in a camera, invest in your education, invest in learning, not just from one person as well, learn from here and there. And if you can't afford to attend workshops and learn, I would always start with YouTube. These days we have YouTube, we have free resources here and there. You know, just like from my weekly videos, or a lot of other photographers teach as well, I would highly suggest to invest your money in there. And no, you don't need the latest professional camera. As long as it's a good camera and it works and it produces well, you know, beautiful images for your clients, then you're good to go. How old I am. So I am in my mid-30s. I'm actually 34. I turned 35 in October. Feels like I'm really old, but I'm not. And yeah, so I'm 35 in October. And yeah, so that's pretty much all I'm going to say about my age. No, I don't have a studio assistant who's someone is physically in my studio helping me during my sessions. A few months back, I did go through the process of finding someone. I nailed it down to two that I was interested in, you know, proceeding further with and trialing out, and maybe choose one of them to help me with. But I did get sidetracked, you know, running a business and the Photographer Society blog and doing these videos, and now, you know, my membership program does take a lot of work behind the scenes, so I've put that aside for now. And hopefully when I get back from my overseas work, you know, workshops and my trip overseas, then I could probably look into hiring someone in the studio. So if you're local and you're in Melbourne, just send us an email if you're interested. Twins. Well, I've never actually had twins. I've had people inquire that have had twins and that want to book in their twins, but I've never actually had twins, which is really surprising over the years. So I'm yet to see what happens. But yes, I do always say, if you do have twins, get some help, like just hire someone for the day, or if you can't, always tell the parents that you will need their assistance during the session, obviously because it's 2 babies instead of 1. But in saying that, treat it like a normal newborn session, and then use a lot of composite images. So if you want to shoot baby in a basket, shoot the second one in the same basket and just put them together in Photoshop. That way you don't have to buy, like, say, double props and things like that. But definitely get help if you do have twins. But personally, I've never had twins, which is really surprising. See, this is a struggle for most businesses in general, and photographers, you know, especially starting out. And a lot of people start blaming it because their images aren't professional, and that's why they can't get a flow with clients, or they don't have enough props, or there's always excuses in the back of your head when you're starting out. It's not easy, and it never will be easy getting a flow of clients. But I think the main thing you have to focus on is being consistent in everything you do. Posting online, you know, email marketing, you know, showing up in front of your clients, you know, things like that. Being consistent helps. Even though you don't have sessions every single day, there's different ways to be consistent. And I think that's what keeps you front of mind of potential clients. So they know if they want to book, or they know someone that wants to book, you're the first in mind when a newborn photographer is needed and is mentioned in front of them. Yes, I am hoping to do more in-person workshops overseas, but traveling from Australia is time consuming and it's a long way. So because we're going back home to Lebanon this year, I opened up workshops, and then it was only going to be 2 for both Beirut and Dubai. London just came out of the blue because I had a few people approach me and say if I put one up they will register, and that's what happened. But if you are in any country and I find that there is a lot of interest in that particular country, I'm more than happy to travel. So I've been approached by a lot from India, Brazil, and I might head off to San Diego in October. So I'm just trying to seek interest if anyone is or from there or around there that would like to run a workshop while I'm there. So this event is a mastermind event I'm attending for my personal work. So I figured if I'm there, then why not run a workshop if there's enough interest. But this is why I have the Newborn Photography Business School program. It's a month-to-month membership program where I know a lot of people that can't travel, can't afford, obviously I can't go to all the places and do workshops there because it does cost a lot, and it costs a lot of time as well. So this is why I created where you can learn from me from the comfort of your own home inside my Newborn Photography Business School monthly membership program. So make sure you go check that out if you haven't already. Okay, so there was so much more questions, but I want to keep this video short. So hopefully you enjoyed this different video for this week, answering some common questions I get from you both about photography, business, and some personal questions. So if you have any question for me, maybe email me or pop it in the comments below wherever you're watching this, and I'll pop them all together and maybe do another video just like this. So hopefully you enjoyed it. But before you go, make sure you go download my newborn session guide. It's absolutely free. I go through A to Z on what to do in a newborn session and how to prepare your clients and all that good stuff. So if you haven't already got it, go to the link below or above this video. If you're over on Instagram, just click the link in my profile and find the tab that says download free newborn session guide, and there you have it. You can download it there. So until then, if you guys have any questions, like I said, leave them below, and I'll catch you all next week. Bye for now.